Hello everyone, my name is Luan. I come from Nguyễn Huệ High School. Today I will bring to you one of my research named Using Communicative Activities to Improve Students' Grammatical Competence. Well, my research investigates the use of communicative activities in English teaching classroom with the case study of F. Readers at South Secondary School in Hải Dương City, where I used to work maybe 5 years ago, about 5 years ago. Okay, well, today in my presentation, I will show you some main content. Firstly is background of my study. Next is aims of the study and data collection instruments, major findings, and last one is significance of the study. Okay, and firstly about background of my study. I have to say that, as you know, English is an important tool for today's international communication. And Võ Thị Secondary School in Hải Dương City, in Hải Dương City, has 4 grades from 6 to 9 with 5 classes for each grade. Therefore, this school now has more than 800 students, and Võ Thị is known as one of the oldest secondary school in Hải Dương City, teaching English as a compulsory subject. And second, in tiếng Anh 8, most of the exercise, English 8, most of the exercise are designed to enhance grammar practice, focus on mechanical drills. And most of teachers in this school use all grammar exercises for practice. And they often ask students to do exercises, then calling one of their students at a time to stand up and read out his or her answer, or 2 or 3 of them to go to the front and write their answers on the board. The students can easily and quickly complete the exercises thanks to formula or structural patterns of the targeted grammatical items. They just copy grammar rules into exercise without consciousness of its uses and wait for their teacher's correction until the lesson ends. As a result, they may fill in correct forms when doing exercises, but they are unable to use correct grammar rules in the 4 macro skills of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Consequently, students are not sufficiently motivated to learn grammar, as they find out no interest in activities related to learning grammar. And so when I carry out this study, my aims is to investigate the effects of communicative activities on the Võ Thị F readers' grammatical competence, and the second is I want to find out their attitudes towards English learning with the application of communicative activities. And in these studies, I try to answer 2 questions. First one is to what extent can communicative activities enhance grammatical competence for the students at Võ Thị Secondary School? And next one is what are the students' attitudes towards English learning before and after the use of communicative activities? And as you can see, this is my research design. In this, I will plan for my research for activities and then add to the classroom, and then I collect the data, and last one, I get feedback from students. And my data collection instrument, I used a test and a questionnaire. With test, I use a first semester test and second semester test to see the um, changes from student uh, to uh, uh, to 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 um, to to decide to decide whether they have any improvement or not. Questionnaire is used to get feedback from students and to get their to understand their attitudes towards communicative activities are used in the classroom. The participants of my research I choose is 46 secondary students, school students from class 8A at the Fort South Secondary School. And when I conduct my research, I want to talk more in details about the plan, the step of my research. Firstly, with a plan, as mentioned about, in this step, the problems in my research must be identified before developing a plan of action to improve this situation. Um, that means I identify my problems first, and then I planned I planned the schedule to conduct my research. Um, and in order to find out the students' problems before conducting the research, I spent some weeks to test, observe, and ask students through questionnaires to get their ideas about teaching and learning grammar in the class. And with my experience and observation in English grammar lessons, the students' main problems made them study English grammar not as well as the teacher expectation was found. And they are the lack of motivation and practicing English grammar. Thus, given the emphasis on the use of language, communicative activities can possibly be a viable solution to changing students' motivation for learning English grammar in EFL context of South Secondary School. From that, I am planning a stream on applying communicative activities in my grammar teaching. It is expected to help the students boost their grammar competence effectively. And then act with acting steps, I combined communicative activities into grammar lessons during 9 weeks from 6th January 2015 to 11th April 2015, in which there is 1 week of Tet holiday. There are 8 periods of language focus, in which 8 communicative practice activities are applied in the classroom. The grammar lessons complied with the procedure suggested by which can be presented as follows. Presentation stage. I introduced and explained Turkish grammar rules. Practice stage. I checked whether students understand new structures, forms, meaning, and use through mechanical drills in the textbook. Communicative stage. Learners have an opportunity to use the Turkish grammar as they listen, speak, read, and write about real, meaningful topics related to their daily life. In the communicative phase, teachers will take. I took the following steps to conduct communicative activities. Um, I took modeling the activities, setting up the grouping, providing a process for students to report back, monitoring and providing feedbacks. And next, with the collect the data, I uh, I I collect the data through observing first and test and um, questionnaire. And last one, reflection. I At the end of the 9 weeks of applying communicative activities in grammar practice, I evaluated the effectiveness of the intervention. Data was collected to see if communicative activities are effective for learning grammar as well as find out problems for further research. And after all, I get the data, I collect the data, and I analyze the data. I find out some major findings, as you can see in the screens. Firstly, you can see the comparisons of two test results. The blue is first semester test results, and the red is second semester test results, as you can see here. Okay, with the semester test results, you can see in the screen with the blue, okay, there were a total of 9 students with English competence under requirement who get marks from 2 to 4, which accounted for about 20% of the class. The number of pupils with medium and above medium results was quite large, 35 ones, with their scores between 5 and 7. But only 2 students achieved good mark. At 8, no one of the whole class could reach the score of 9 and 10. Hence, it can be said that the teaching and learning English grammar in class 8A was not effective enough for the students to attend desired results. During the second semester, communicative activities were used to support English lessons in the class in order to measure whether the students could enhance their grammatical competence through communicative activities. The results of the second semester test were chosen as the direct tool for comparison and evaluation. The test was designed to be comparable with the first semester test, ensuring the fairness and suitability to collect the results of this test with the one from previous tests. Hence, it was the best option to rebuild the effectiveness of communicative activities used in teaching process of the class. And in the second semester, after they finish their test, I get some results as you can see in the red column. And you can see that only 3 pupils out of 46 members in the class received under standard marks, and no one had scored lower than 4. Most of the students, 37 students, achieved test score from 5 to 7, with more than 70% of them achieved above medium level. It is noted that out of 6 members getting good results, one even attend the Mark 9, which no one had done in the first semester. To be more specific, it is better to for me to analyze the progress to each students in the class. However, I don't show in this slide, but when I analyze each students, most of them have great progress in their study. And you can see here the statistic on 2 semester test result. And after look at this table, I have to say that uh, average English level in the class was improved, and the range of difference between low-level students and high-level students was mitigated, showing a very positive indication for enhancement of Class 8A. And you can see here, get get some data. I give students questionnaire and ask them about their attitudes towards communicative activities. So you can see here, they feel these activities are interesting, useful, motivating, boring, stressful, and enriching. So look at this. You can see that. Mm, you can see that considering the interest of the class 8 students in the different communicative activities, uh, most of them, 30% of students interested in these activities. And to be more detailed, role play and interview rate, respectively, were 2 exercises, and that interested the students the most, with 18 pupils, 39%, and 15 pupils, 33%, choosing them as their most favorite activities. Problem solving was the next welcome type of practice, since 7 students favored this communicative action. On the contrary, conversation cards, opinion sharing, jigsaw were not considered highly fascinating by many members of the class, when only 6 of them in total liked these activities. The most 7% choosing conversation cards, 4% choosing opinion sharing, and 2% choosing jigsaw. It can be inferred that the students found the exercises that contained clear context and plot more attractive than other ones. And there was 1/3 of students finding the communicative exercises no struggling at all, which means they are totally comfortable and welcome this type of teaching and learning. This was a very good gesture for the introduction of these activities in the process of studying English at school, specifically in class 8A. Nevertheless, a great number of the students still felt uneasy practicing these exercises, mostly coming from the anxiety when they had to talk, act, and present in front of the crowd. Besides, some pupils also expressed that the noise in the class distracted them from focusing on the activity, which is hard to control and prevent if all groups of the students practice at the same time. Also, 5 students equaling to 11% commented that they did not receive cooperation of the partners, so they were unsupported to perform the task in terms of time. However, nobody saw this trouble when doing exercises, provided that the duration of English sessions at school is sufficient to organize communicative activities. Okay, that's some of my explaining towards the attitudes to of the student with communicative activities I used in the class. And in my study, I hope that it can bring you some significant. Firstly, I hope that it can uh, all you teachers from Vietnam over cities in Vietnam, you can apply this method in your own classroom in order to improve study results of our students. And another way, and I hope that my research can bring another way to motivate English learner to learning English grammar and help them to study better. I hope that communicative activities can improve the students' grammatical competence. Not only could help the researcher to solve her problem at her school, mm, but also um, but, uh, but also provide all teachers with practical experiences in improving students' motivation in grammar lessons. Okay, and I hope that the students who participate in this study were expected to be better in their English, especially in grammatical competence, and were expected to be better in English. And of course, after finish the study, they based on the test results, I already saw their improvement in English. And now is a Q&A session. Q&A session. I am I am very excited to hear your question to improve my presentation, my research. And if you have any question, please ask me and I will answer. Okay, thank you for your listening.